Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Accidentally Informed, where
you're always going to learn something, including, did you see those new headshots?
The new headshots.
Yes. You didn't see it in our intro?
Oh, yes. It's so cute. I saw that. And I was like, oh, okay. I need some of these pictures. I like them. They're very cute. And that's all shout out to you. Because let me tell you something here, y'all. I just show up here. Okay. Erica has all the ideas, all the creative, all the work. She puts all the concepts, the photo shoots, the appearances. That's all my girl. I got to give props and credit to my girl. She does all the work. She is Joe Jackson and Michael Jackson combined. And I'm Tito.
No, you're not. First of all,
Jermaine.
No, again, I'm just going to reiterate this to anyone who is confused about this situation, because we get the most random people just come up with stories in their heads especially because we're going on a year. So there's a lot of stories in people's heads. I'm like, I have a production company. It's called Comeback TV Presents. We specialize in unicorn creators like Claudia Jordan, who is our partner for Accidentally Informed. Claudia named the podcast. And Claudia doesn't just do nothing. Claudia is the catalyst to our success, our growth, and we appreciate you. Because listen, you can surround around people and projects, but if they're not willing to be an equal partner, then it doesn't work. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the clarity, but ultimately, I just appreciate the fact that we're about to celebrate a year. And this has been one of the most amazing years in my creative experience.
I'm going to Vegas and I might be interviewing Jeezy on the red carpet out there. So if you want to come join me and my aunt Connie, we'll be there on the 18th, 19th, 20th. If I get this booking, or if I don't get this booking, I'll be out there. So if you want to come hit them crap tables with me and them slot machines.
Girl.
Are you on punishment from last time?
Yeah. I remember my envelope. I have this envelope that I went to Vegas with like literally 4 or 5 times in a row. Always came back with money in it, except when I went with Claudia.
It's my fault, maybe. But we're just gonna. I'm gonna try to do. Yeah, I'm too aggressive.
Your brain works so fast at the craps table. Like I need to think, and if I can't think, then I'm gonna lose money. So I've learned how to play with you now.
That's one place. The concussions and the anemia that's making me slow has not affected. Is my number. I don't even have the word for it. You know what I'm saying? Efficiency.
You are a numeric genius, by the way. People don't know that about you, but I am going to say that Claudia is great with numbers.
When I was little, I had an obsession with counting. Like when we'd be on the freeway, the lines in the freeway, I would count I would count them. I don't know what the hell. So my brain, I think I just need some busy work. I did look it up. I know we got to move on. I looked up the connection between ADHD, which I have, and gambling. It says we suffer from a lack of dopamine. And so we're constantly looking for like things to give us like an upper, like a shot in the arm, like risk takers, risky behavior, all my money on red, just all kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, what can I do to increase, increase my dopamine? There's no real supplement for it. It comes from working out, sleep, all the things I don't, I work out, sleeping.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think it's really important that you talk about ADHD, particularly when it comes to Black women, because we are the most underdiagnosed. And also, I just want to let you know that next week, I am finally getting tested.
For ADHD?
And a couple other things.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna just confess real quick. I first tried Adderall. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Like this should be a supplement. Like it made me like, I like all my laziness. It got me in a good mood. It made me like get motivated, get off my ass. I like color coded my closet. And one day I wrote a script for a play in like 2 hours. And I didn't have a legit prescription. I had a homie that would slide me, hey, I'll split him in half, whatever. But then I was like, you know what? Let me really get tested and see. And I was trying to scam at first. I tested like severe. ADHD. Like I really have it. As you can tell, I'm like in the middle of a conversation, then I'm like, a squirrel. Oh my God, look at that. Like I just cannot stay focused on anything. And that's why I don't accomplish a lot during the day.
Well, we love you and all of your ADHD. Love ADHD people and neurodivergence.
Oh,
Okay.
if you are, then you get prescribed Adderall, then you could be my new plug. Yes. Yes.
Not you talk. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Real quick, did you have a great Thanksgiving?
My mom flew out here and we had a small little gathering. My friend Dee and her new man came out here and I'm so happy for her. Remember Dee from Vegas?
Yes, of course.
Relationship with a doctor. I'm like very happy and they're doing good. And we had a good time. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
Good.
How about you?
Good. We had a great time. My family came to town. It was, I mean, we host at my house. All the men do the cooking for all of our events. So it's my dad, my brother, and my husband, and they split all of the roles. And I'm just in charge of tablescape, bar, just the decor, the atmosphere, and then of course cleaning up. So that was great. Everything went well. Our renovation was at a nice pause so that we could start to, actually host people. But we're back in reno. So hopefully.
I'm sorry. My kitten is laying on my other laptop. Like, why do cats like being on laptops so much?
Oh, she's so big.
Look how big she is.
Oh my gosh. Lord.
She begs for snacks at least 6 times a day. She likes sweets. If I leave chocolate around or ice cream or crab or basically anything, she likes coffee and chocolate ice cream and chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. Yeah.
She really lives the life. She lives the life.
You was on the streets. You was a rescue. Like I feel like I took her out the streets. Made you an honest woman. All right, now get your ass off my table. Okay, look, we had a great show today. I'm super excited. We're talking money moves, housewives, and Oprah Winfrey getting dragged. Also, later on the show, we've got someone that I always mention how beautiful she is. And listen, she's having quite a season this year on Real Housewives of Potomac. Keirna Stewart, the newest headline magnet from RHOP. She's clearing the air and answering all the questions that you all have been asking. But we're going to get into that shortly. I cannot wait to talk to her. All right, let's get into some stories. Okay. Starting with Megan Thee Stallion. Listen, every time Megan tries to mind her business, someone tries to make her business a group project. But this week, she won her defamation suit against Milagro Gramz, a blogger who she accused of being a mouthpiece and a paid surrogate for Tory Lanez, who shot her back in 2020. Here's what Milagro said after the verdict.
I'm going to start working on my mixtape because apparently the only place where you can bully people and talk crazy and pop shit is in the studio. But anywhere else is off limits, So I'm going to go get on my mixtape shit and make sure I channel all my energy into my raps and put that out and let that be artistic expression.
Erica, what do you think about what she said?
I mean, what she's being accused of is circulating a deep fake against Megan in what was really a conspiracy with Tory Lanez during the trial. Now, for people who weren't keeping up with the trial in real time, I feel like at that time I was doing Daily Blast Live. So we're doing a breaking trending news show. And what I found to be so amazing during this time in my life was how much information I'm receiving in real time and how I would go to like Instagram or social media and people are just disseminating false information left and right with the sole purpose of harassing and bullying the victim. I spoke out about it a lot because that was kind of like my role on the show. I mean, my self-proclaimed role. Like, you're not going to have a story about a Black woman who is innocent and apparently defenseless against the mob. And I'm just going to sit there and act like it's okay. So I said a lot of things in defense of Megan because Megan was the victim. So to have someone who was in cahoots, and that's what the lawsuit was, and she did win. I don't know why there's always this like restoration, like history, like what is happening here? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, regardless of what your platform is, you do have to be careful about how you are talking about things and disseminating information. Now, when you're talking in the scope of what we do with commentary, stating it's your opinion. However, when you are orchestrating something
Yeah.
in order to make someone look a certain way, and it's just 59,000, I feel like is fair in some respects because I'm assuming I don't know who this person is in terms of the blogger. But that is a big chunk of change for someone who is I'm assuming making their living online. And maybe that will serve as a warning to other people who might want to do this thing.
Unfortunately, the media has changed and blogging is considered, I guess, new media. So like, back in our day, well, I'm a little older than you, but I remember working for a newspaper and my editor would tell me, Claudia, we can't print what you can't prove. And that made us be very careful and have a level of integrity. And yeah, I may have an opinion. I used to have to cover like political events. I'd have to deal with the mayor of Providence and school boards and do investigative reporting sometimes. And I may very well have an opinion about someone that I don't like them or whatever. But I couldn't put that in my stories. Now people have made entire careers off of having a hard on for someone they don't like and even pairing up with their ops, getting paid, allegedly to drag someone, and people make it their entire identity by coming for certain people. There's a whole I don't watch a lot of the gossip stuff on YouTube like I should, I guess. I watch a lot of political stuff, but when I do have stuff come across my timeline, there's people whose entire existence and personality is to drag a Megan, to drag a Nikki, to drag a Cardi, to drag, and it's like, it's so old. Like, and then people, when I speak up in defense, it's, well, Claudia, you do that too. No, I don't. We take from the stories that are trending, we hit it, and then we move on. There's people who hop on and their sole like purpose is to drag someone and make their following hate that person. I have this one miserable woman for over 10 years just like speaks badly about me to her followers, will take one or two things, may or may not have been a mistake or whatever, of not my best moments, and drag it and make that her entire personality, or at least about 40% of her life. It's just, I don't get it. And I think when people do that, they should get penalized. There should be a fee. Because like, imagine if every single day, every time we did our show, there was someone I just didn't care for, right? And that every show, like, I made it my mission to drag that person and make y'all watching hate that person. It's exhausting. Like, you should be exhausted and sick of, like, embarrassed. Like, I know when I have to speak on Housewives, like, whenever I comment on Phaedra, Portia, or Nene, people, oh, you're hating, you're obsessed. But there's people who literally turn on their computers and only talk about a few people every single night.
Well, here's the thing. One, I did see that you popped up on the Jasmine brand because you. Yeah.
I mean, I forget sometimes, and I'd be like saying stuff, and then I think no one's gonna see it, and then I delete it, but it's too late. They already screen wrapped it. Okay.
Yeah, but it was just about how you were supporting Megan and talking about this very thing. And I know that I tend to, because my brand has come back, I tend to have like a more alchemizing mindset, because what people don't understand when you are living in lack and hate is that all of that energy that you're pouring into someone, that's the reason why they keep popping up, because their table is being prepared in front of you because of the amount of energy that you're putting out there. So that's why it's like, why is this person all in my face? Because you're putting the negative energy out and they're rising in front of you until you stop. Like, so if it's almost like if you would just stop, it's not going to stop their show. However, you'll stop getting that urge to constantly talk about them because they won't constantly be feasting in front of you. That's just how that works.
I don't know what it is about Megan Thee Stallion that really rubs some people the wrong way. And like, even with her very loving and beautiful relationship with Klay Thompson, it's like people don't want to see this beautiful brown-skinned Black woman being like in her soft life. Like, they're jealous. Oh, he's going to leave you. And it's like, I see that a lot. People come for Serena a lot. They come for Megan a lot. And I don't like it. I feel like I see that a lot. Like, they are not allowed. Like, oh, they should be living in struggle. Then you like them more. But when they finally get loved down properly, like the hate that comes, I know you know what I'm talking about, right? It's
Claudia, how you going to answer the question and ask the question at the same time? Because that's what's happening.
It is.
So this beautiful brown skin woman who is being loved on properly. It's just, I mean, the vitriol. I just posted something about get comfortable in your villainy, because the amount of times that I have been a villain in someone's story when I'm literally at home, drinking my water, staying moisturized. I'm not even, other than coming on Wednesday.
Don't bother nobody.
I'm not anywhere. At least when I was on television 5 days a week, I can understand how people were like, let's come after her. But what's the problem? Because all of the things, it's the audacity. It's the audacity to live happily out loud in a place that people don't want it to be specifically these women.
Yeah.
They're comfortable with other women having that type of life and that type of attention. But these women should not be in a position of success and have love and have abundance. People don't want to see it. It is triggering to people. So I can understand why, a lot of people are kind of pulling back on their personal lives on social media, because you're trying to protect your energy and your bubble. But ultimately, it's you. They don't want it to be you.
I see that a lot, especially with browner, darker skinned Black women. It's like they want to see you in that struggle space like their mamas were or something. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's so triggering for some people. And a lot of times it's other women in those comments as well. But really men are in there just coming after them. I love seeing my sisters being loved on and spoiled rotten. Erica, please, do it for us. Please, I want you to flaunt that shit and be so obnoxious. I cry. People think I'm such a bitch, and I don't know why, because in real life I'm not. I think from a few scenes in reality TV, but I get so emotional for other people when I see them winning. I see people getting proposed to, Black women, right? Winning something, getting the job, overcoming, winning the Simone Biles, sticking the landing. And I literally get emotional because I think about all the things our ancestors have been through, and to see our people yes, all that led to that. And I love seeing Black women finally, it's not a finish line, but kind of finally getting there. And then to see our people mostly hating on that shit, it really bothers me. And I don't care what y'all think about making me a liar, not a liar. That woman's been through a lot. She lost her parents. Be happy at the very least that she has found love. And other bloggers, please stop. You can give commentary without being so hateful.
Not everyone can. Not everyone can. That's what it is. Not everybody can.
I like seeing other people happy.
Well, because you're a winner.
This is true. Winners like to see other people win. Losers like to see winners lose, because then they feel like they're on the same level.
Right.
Bars, put that on a shirt, print it. Part of the Accidentally Informed collection. All right, let's switch to some housewives drama. Kandi Buruss and her husband Todd are officially calling it quits. I hate this. It sounds like Kandi's choosing herself and protecting her peace, but Todd wants primary custody and he's fighting their prenup. Erica, you actually spoke with Kandi a while back about setting boundaries. Now, what did she say back then?
Well, we got a clip.
Kandi, what have we learned about boundaries? And just curious.
Well, let me say this. Over the years, obviously, y'all seen a lot of things play out on Housewives. It's like I never learned my lesson, huh? It's like I always run into people, and I try to. I guess the whole point of being on this show, we're supposed to try to have some type of friendships and stuff like that. And if I do find myself having a friendship or a connection with somebody, I do try to look out for them, right? That's just natural. And then sometimes those people always go left.
Kandi is a girl's girl. I did one season with her, and I know I wasn't around her that long. She already was like, hey, I want to do a show with you. And she put me on a panel, and she definitely looks out. And people like that tend to get taken advantage of.
Right. So I know a lot of people have seen on TikTok, or maybe you're feeling this now, but I've said it before, empaths are in their villain era. And when I think of Kandi Buruss, I think Kandi is one of the biggest empaths on reality television.
Mhm.
She has always been the person to platform. She's always been an elevation. She very much has a, if I'm eating, we're all getting fed attitude. And so immediately I thought about this clip because I asked her that for a reason. And there's a longer version of it that I'll get into on my other podcast, Come Back with Erica Cobb, because I think it's really important for people who are empaths, particularly, that this is a time that you're getting licensed to reclaim all of the things that you overlooked for so long in terms of how much you were giving, but in relationships that had no reciprocity. Because I think that we're in a reckoning right now. And I'm really proud of Kandi for making the step. I know it can't be easy, and there's so many things that she has on her plate right now. But ultimately, the season is about choosing you. And if you don't choose you, this is like almost like a warning. If you don't choose yourself in this moment, things are going to fall apart for you.
Ooh.
They are, because you're telling the universe, you're telling the ancestors, God, like whatever you believe in, that you don't have the capacity to hold your next big blessing. These situations are all tests. If you are in a situation where there's no reciprocity, then you need to look at it very clearly, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. And if you don't choose yourself, you will be the loser.
I always feel bad for everybody else. I'm definitely going to be choosing myself a lot more. I always think I want to choose myself, but I also want to, but then them, but then they. And then when you sit back and you're like, not that you do it for that reason, but it is nice that when people remember and be like, hey, I got you on this because, remember when you, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't do it for that reason, but it does feel good when it comes back. But I'm sorry, if you never give back and it's always a one-way street, fuck you. I can't do it anymore. It's very draining. And even if you're the friend that's always checking up on your friends and they don't call you, that's one, they gotta go. I'm sorry. That is not right. The fact that you can sit around and just, let me reach out and see if this person's good. Or, hey, how you doing? How you been? You good? I'm big on that. Like, I really think that that's important. Even like a funny text or sending a meme or whatever, that means they thought about you. You crossed their mind, and not just during award season or before a big something that could benefit them, but just like when there's no benefit to them. Do they check on you? Do they say what's up? Do they invite you to places? I found myself for a while in one friend group. I was like, damn, I feel like if I don't invite everyone, we'll never see each other. And pay attention to that. Because they are going out with somebody. And if it's never you, then never reaching out for you, yo, cut it. That song, cut it, cut it, cut it. I'm saying it bad, but cut it, cut it, cut it. Okay. The price is way too high. You need to cut it. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to Millie Rock. Okay, I'm not a dancer. I'm not a dancer. All right, y'all. Speaking of women in spotlight, our guest today is in the Real Housewives of Potomac headlines. She's unfiltered. She's fashionable. She's fiery. And I got to add this. She is drop dead gorgeous. I always mention this. I think she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. Please welcome Keirna Stewart to the show.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I like that intro, Claudia.
You're gorgeous. You and your mama. You get it from your mama.
Girl,
I'm like,
listen, thank my mama.
You guys are very stunning. Like, I know your mom was hell back in the day. By hell, I mean heartbreaker. No, sir. No, thank you. You ain't got no. Sorry.
Nobody said it changed, Claudia.
So what?
I said nobody said it changed. It can still be held today, honey. She is a piece of work. I love my mother. Thank you, ladies, so much for having me tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here. And this is a full circle moment, because y'all remember back in December of last year, Claudia and I went to Watch What Happens Live, and Keirna was on the show.
Yes.
So we had a chance to take a picture and say hi. So this is amazing that this has come full circle.
I know, I love that. Y'all was so sweet to me. And I was like, oh my God, Claudia Jordan was there. Even Greg was like, Claudia Jordan was over there. And, and I
Oh,
met Erica. I'm like, that was so sweet. So I'm happy that I'm here tonight.
well, we're happy for you and thank you for taking the time to be here. I know, I mean, well, are you doing a lot of press?
I'm not, you know what? I'm not doing a lot of press. This is actually my first platform that I'm doing press on this season. So I am
For the
happy
whole
to be doing
season?
it. Yeah, this is my first one. Well, actually, BravoCon, because BravoCon is like a quick little 1-2 press, but this is my first one-on-one to kind of sit down and do a little chit chat
What?
about the
Why?
season.
What?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm calling out all the other
It's not
media
like
out
wasn't my
there.
time yet. It wasn't my time yet, but it's okay because I'm happy that I'm doing it with you girls.
But
Because I
y'all,
watch and I love it.
we're glad to be your first and popping that cherry. I'm sorry. You know, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Press wise, but
Mhm.
damn, like you've been popping on the show. You've definitely been in the middle of a lot of a lot of the storylines. I'm so surprised that people have been sleeping. Don't be sleeping on Keiarna.
That's okay. Let them sleep. We're gonna wake them up tonight, though. Y'all gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna give y'all the answers, and we're gonna do what needs to be done here tonight
I
because the
like
people
that.
got questions, y'all. They've been eating my ass up. I've been watching. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get into this. So
Okay,
yes, this is
well
perfect.
let's start with the obvious. The
Yeah.
Cookie and Chris storyline we've all seen. For anyone not up to speed, you and sis Stacy had
Mm-hmm.
called Chris to report that Monique Samuels was trash
Yes.
talking him to the group, and that was like, whoa. Cookie claims she was on the phone when it happened. Chris denies knowing anything. What was the reaction like from your side, and what did people get wrong about what went down? And also, new development. Jamie Tyler from Love and Love and Marriage, he said something. He chimed in today too, as well about Cookie. So please tell us the tea.
Okay, let me give y'all the rundown.
Okay.
Okay, because that got a little sticky, right?
Mhm.
And as y'all can see, I'm not a good bone carrier. Okay, I get a little icky with the bone carrier. That's not my job. I'm more of a defensive player. But this particular scenario, imagine this: I dropped the bone, and I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Monique was fine about it. No big deal. Let's all go our ways about it. Mind you, guys, if you watched a couple episodes earlier, I'm introduced to Cookie with Giselle and Ashley for a birthday celebration for Karen. Okay. So this is how I'm meeting Cookie as like, oh, we're gonna go meet Cookie. She's in contact with Karen. My whole thing was like, I love Karen. Y'all know I love me some Karen. I'm like, we keeping the Karen alive around here, right? So Cookie was the contact for Karen. Even that day in that particular scene for the birthday scene, we thought Karen was gonna make a phone call. So my contact was Cookie was specifically for, hey, can we get Karen on the line? I knew we were back from Nevis. It was Pride. Everybody was gonna be there. Boom, this is my moment. So I literally leave the event and I hop in the car and I see that she had texted me and said, hey, call me. I'm like, damn, I've been trying to get her on the phone all day because I wanted, like, the cameras are still up. I could literally have ran back upstairs and be like, okay, girl, Karen's on the phone. So when I call her, 2 seconds into the call, like I said, she's like, hold on, this is Chris Samuels. She clicks over, she clicks back over, and she's very upset. And in that moment, I'm like, she's running me down all these things. And I'm like, I don't really want to get into no more mess because y'all, I done made a goddamn mess this season. That's really not my style. And I'm really
You
trying
have
to
been
break.
in some shit this year, now,
I done made some
child.
shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to pull it back. I don't really want to be in no more of the mess because I don't really know how to take this at this point. So, but when she's on the phone, she's genuinely passionate. And it was this one particular thing that she said that I'm like, oh, I know damn well somebody said that. I know damn well somebody called him to say that because it was something to be mad about and it was said. And I was like, and then she said, who said it? Mind y'all, I
You
don't know.
mean about her? You think about Stacy calling Chris and giving him
Stacy
the
called.
heads up, saying, "Well,
Yes,
we've been talking
no,
shit about you."
yes, called him right away. It was like the words were that Monique was trash talking him. Mind you, I already was like, this was awful. I just met this lady. I'm telling her these people business. And then on top of that, I don't know Monique that well to even be like getting even deeper in her personal relationship, but she's divulged all this information to us in a group setting. You know what I mean? And deep down, like I'm a girl's girl. It's like, damn, this girl's trying to like work it out with her children's father. She wants to co-parent. Don't put no salt on that. I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. So anyway, I'm like, this wasn't the call I was expecting. So I'm like joking about it, like, wait a minute, I didn't want to be in that. So long story short, I end up repeating the story, and y'all know how this goes. Then it has to make it back to story time because you repeat the story. But yeah, that absolutely happened. Like she called me, and it wasn't like things to be like malicious towards her or anything. I thought it was crazy that you're someone who's getting back in your situation from being divorced and working it out with for the benefit of your children's father. Why would you go and say something nasty and negative about this lady when she clearly just said that she wanted to work it out? So I don't know Cookie past the Jamies. I don't know Jamie. I don't know this. None of that was my business or priority at the time. I don't know whatever happened between them. I later learned more about Monique telling the story when I sit back down with them. But no, that wasn't, that's how I know Cookie from the caring of it all. You know what I mean?
I found it interesting too, because what I thought the subtext, what was underneath it, was that someone was divulging storyline in real time.
Yeah, so it wasn't. So yes, basically that's exactly what it was. Just imagine somebody. We sit down, we group of ladies, we chit chat, and then literally in real time, you leave the scene and you pick up the phone, and they're telling you the same exact story, but in a completely different manner. Not like how it was presented, like completely different than what the story was. So I was like, I really was just trying to like course correct that for Monique's benefit, because I'm like, damn, I just met her. I felt bad that I had to drop the bone, and that wasn't what happened. All at the same time. You know what I mean?
Erica, I didn't mean to step on you about the next question with Jamie. If you want to like,
No. I'm actually, I'm
Yeah.
curious though, because anytime you end up, and I mean, this is just housewives, how it
Yes.
works. Anytime you end up in the middle of the mess, then you also are at a cross, like a storm. So
You in the
how
mess.
do you handle the internet storm? Because obviously people feel very passionate
They
about
do.
about this, and people are coming for you. How are you handling that in terms of like mental health?
You know what? Honestly, I'm really great. I think at first it's shocking because, like anybody, you film your season, you're like, oh my God, I killed it this season. You don't know what it's going to be, how it's going to be received, or what is going to be made out of once you finish doing what you thought was the most amazing season. I was actually super excited about the season. And so, it is what it is. I was shocked. I'm like, okay, they don't like me a little bit. Then I'm like, okay, they don't like me a lot. But it's so funny because I was in the back room and you talk about sometimes people can hate you so much to the front. So a little bit of it is like, okay, well, y'all shouldn't hate me this much because y'all hate me right on up to the front. Like it's like for as much one thing I learned since going to BravoCon, there's for as many people who love to be like, I hate her, there's equally amount of people that are like, girl, I love you. I'm so happy you told
more.
the truth. I'm so happy that you said what you said. I'm so happy that you did it. And I mean, clearly you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna, you're not gonna have the best moments when you're in reality TV. It's a lot going on. These are short periods of time.
Mhm.
You're using your best judgment. You're going based off of how you feel about these people from today to tomorrow. And at the end of the day, it's like I have so many people who love me in my real life that it's like, all right, I understand y'all upset about it, but
How's
it's my
your
truth.
How's your relationship now? We had Angel on the show last week. How's your relationship
Mhm.
with her now? Are y'all cool or
Oh, me and
strained?
Angel are great. Me and Angel are great. I love Angel. It's so funny. I was just in the Aspens and we were trying to connect, but she was sick. But yeah, and it's like that's the thing too. You imagine you have your friend on a show. That's a very rare situation
Mhm.
for somebody to be like you really, really know this person like from a lot of years and have a lot of history with them. And so, of course, I think we've had our moments. You've seen this season where
Yeah.
we both were a little bit like, gagged a little bit. Like, girl, I wasn't ready for that. And we both had those feelings. We've hashed out. We've had the hard talks. One thing about me and Angel, we are very deep in our feelings, as you can see.
Yeah.
We're in our feelings, and we will call each other to the carpet about how we feel. And I'm just proud of us to be able to like navigate this together and still be like, all right, I love you. That's still my friend.
Do you feel she's portrayed on the show the way you really see her, your friendship, or do you think she's different on the show than she is in real life? Because I feel like she feels like she's misunderstood on the show, and I feel like we was being very gentle with her on the show, and some people were like, Claudia, you were too easy on her, but I feel like she's emotional, and I feel like I don't know, I don't know her, and there's nothing wrong being emotional, but I feel like she gets irritated by the criticism, which it's hard first season on any show. Okay.
No, totally agree. And I think in general, let's just put it this way. When you're used to an environment where you're just loved and you're just liked
Mhm.
and you naturally make friends and you naturally just like get to pick and choose like at a pace where you're like, okay, I kind of got a chance to know her. That's my vibe. That's not my vibe. And it's a
Mhm.
little bit more like it's not so, in your face about it. I think Angel is way more cooler than she appears on TV. Is she sensitive? Very much so. This
Mhm.
Angel had very deep feelings, very much so. That is the core of Angel. She's somebody who feels deeply. She's somebody who takes a long. I told the group all the time throughout the season, I'm like, she's just a slow burner. Some people really just don't be all into people when they first meet them. Like some people just aren't those girls. But
Yeah.
I do think she's a fair person. I think she's an observant person, and I do think she would have liked to lead with like being a little bit more neutral. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, this is not always, you don't get the luxury to choose that in Housewives. So you either got to decide to be decided, which version of yourself you want to present. And so, like you said, your first season, I think sometimes you come in and you like, yeah, they're gonna just like me. And it's like, no, baby, no, they don't. Not that much, not yet.
Potomac is
You know,
rough. Potomac is y'all. That cast is rough on each other. They hard on the girl. I'm
yeah.
like, damn.
It is. And so, like I said, we both like fall through the pitfalls of housewife. Like, baby, you're not you this is this is reality, but yeah, honey, pick it up. Read the room.
Mhm.
It's strategic. These ladies have been here a lot longer than us. They know the games. They got a little craft in them. It's like we don't have that. So I get it. I get it. So I empathize with her because I've been here a little bit longer. But I think people forget one of the other things that I think I go through a lot is like, it's different when you go from pet to threat. And I say pet to threat because I started as a friend. And when you're a friend, your role is like, oh my God, I like everybody. I love everybody. And then when you start being like, actually, people be like,
Yep.
you,
Mhm.
not you,
They be
they
like, you have
forget.
a brain. You be like, don't play. I
Yeah, I
do.
have a brain. I got a business. I'm smart. I got a man. I will come for your ass back. It's a little shocking when you gotta, switch gears a bit.
Mhm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you about the Karen situation because
Yeah.
there's been a lot of commentary that has been kind of questioning if you showed up differently because Karen wasn't there. Like,
Mm.
I think a lot of fans feel like you had a support in Karen that
Yeah.
maybe wasn't there for this season.
Oh yeah, totally. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. It's like it's not that I don't have friendships with the other ladies, but me and Karen have a very different friendship than I had with any of the other ladies, right? Karen is clearly very seasoned in this. Karen is also like a little bit more of a voice of reason to help me kind of see things a little bit differently. I think this season I go in being my own housewife, and then I also bring my friend along on that journey as well. So in my head, I'm trying to think as seasoned as I can be, also with a new person with me and trying to, help mentor her and navigate her into this group, as well as trying to facilitate myself without having the anchor that I used to have in the group, which is Karen. So that is a different situation for me because it's the dynamic shift. There's different alliances. It's not what you started out with. It's like trying to get familiar with that, with the new dynamics that are present and with building new friendships. And then, once one dynamic changes and one set of friendship, it kind of shifts the group, a little bit. And you kind of see that happening a bit. And then you have to find your people again. So that's very true. I agree with that.
Okay, what's up with you and Wendy? Because I remember early on when you were like, it seemed like you were feeling like you act different with me over here than over here. And were y'all really good friends or not? Like, is she being
No.
shitty? Give us that tea. We want to know that tea.
Okay, here's the tea. You guys, I think a lot of people they're watching it like, oh, Kay, it's like clearly I don't think people are just getting the concept of what the issue was.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I was a little shocked that things went the way that they did between Wendy and I. I think people forget that when I got here, Wendy didn't have a friend. Like I came here as Wendy's friend at a time when no one in the group liked Wendy.
Oh.
Just so we clear. So, I was like, okay, cool. Like, she's from here. We didn't know each other that well, to be honest. But it's like, I'm down to like, I don't like for anybody to be like the outcast or the person that is like nobody likes. So I really genuinely went in and like, okay, let me kind of like get to know Wendy outside on and off the camera so that we could be able to have this, dynamic on television that also presents better because we do really know each other and we are friends. So it was just, to me, it's just, it was flip floppy, and then it was never really as deep as I think it progressed throughout the season. I'm like, it's really kind of not that deep. You actually, if you kind of can see little spots in it, like there are moments where we do have like actual conversations that I don't think really are shown in the light that really shows us that we come together and then we, go back apart again. But like, okay, now I know we could be good coworkers. That wasn't the issue. I stated my issue.
So y'all are more co-workers now than friends. I remember you were offended when we were talking about this on Reality with the King about how women, we're very subtle with our shade, right? Like when she said, oh, you did your own makeup. I understood what that meant, right? And guys be like, wait, what is that? I'm like, no. A woman shading you can be so subtle, but mean so much. It could be coming into you and being looking like,
Oh, it's
Oh.
kind of like, why are you here? How'd you get here? Who invited you? You know
Oh,
what
you're
I
on the
mean?
list?
Are you on the list? You're here too? Oh, okay. Oh, you came. No,
So did you
girl.
really feel like she was being mean or shady, or do you feel like she was just being like, is that just how Wendy talks?
No. So
Okay.
here's what it was, just to break it down. It really wasn't that. It was like it's like I kind of say it's like a Rico case a little bit. And that's to me, it's like being a new person to this group. I'm trying to figure out like, are we phony? Is phony?
Right.
Are we phony?
Are
Do
we
we just
working? Are we really
are
doing
we
this?
working or are we trying to
Yes.
be friends? Like, I really just didn't get that. So I think the personal part of me is really trying to figure out, like, okay, girl, was we working? Let's be friends. Because if we working, then when I go back, I'm gonna let the people know that you wasn't what I thought you was. If we working, now if we friends, we can chat about it. But I think what a lot of people miss is in that very first scene at Ashley's ball. Like, I'm not just. I actually wanted to talk to Wendy first because I'm like, okay, we're girls. We should be able to like hash this out. Girl, I thought she was being a little phony. Let's move this right along. That's not what happened. So you telling me, oh, I'm talking to this person and all of that. Like, okay, now girl, it's tea. It is what I thought it was because as a friend, if I see my friend coming, I wouldn't have kind of shaded you. I wouldn't have anticipated that this is now just a beef. I wouldn't even use that word with you. Beef? What is that? You know, I'm not doing that with someone that I thought I liked. So to me, it was like, okay, the off-camera experience has finally met the TV experience, and now this is what I think it is. But Claudia, you said it straight. You know that little girl thing, but it wasn't just a one-time thing. It was like there was these little multiple little scenarios where you kind of said like, let's sneak this in. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like
Which is really hard on reality TV because you have no control of the edits. So maybe it happens and I'm not saying this, I wasn't there. Maybe when things happen a few times to someone and then you finally say something on the fifth time, they show that and they don't show what led up to it. Then you look like, because at first I was like, why is Kate kind of tripping? She a little bit like,
you looking a little
you don't
you
let
look
her.
jumpy. You ready? No, we
Okay.
wasn't jumpy. I think it was really like I was saying exactly what I meant to say. You know, like, and I think they finally did just chop it down to that. I think you're phony. I mean, because it's like, okay, is that what you're trying to say? But it really just started like prior to that. Like I had sent her like a really cordial text. I had canceled on her for sure. We had a little date. It was right before filming, and I just felt like the little incident before that. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this. We can just do it all on screen at this point. Like, let's just leave it to the cameras because we're not friends in that way. And I didn't like the way that you treated me, and I thought we could talk about it, but.
But she has friends this season because her and Giselle now are cool. Erica, you gonna say something?
Oh no, go ahead.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that's nice.
They weren't like that before, but now they seem they're getting along more. So do you think that has anything to do with y'all's relationship falling apart or no? Or am I being like? I'm not trying to be messy.
I don't even think you are. I think you're asking the real questions. Listen, I don't really know what their dynamic is like. Apparently, they're in a better place, and I think it's kudos to them for that. I don't think that's anything that has to do with like per se me or anybody else in the group. I think it's just again, like I said. The thing with this is that when the group changes, the groups are always changing. The friends, you see the friendships change, you see people evolve, you see people kind of like resolve their issues, and that's really the goal. The goal is that ultimately, at the end of the day, we can find some resolve in some of these solutions when it comes. And find solutions for situations that where you can like, is it that deep? Can we move on? And I think this just happened. Their situation happens to be in a place where they have both decided to like, move on.
Do you?
No, go ahead.
No. I'm like, did I take Adderall today? Because I'm like,
no. I was laughing in the back because here's the gag. I suffer from like I was in the back and I was cracking up because my mother keeps telling me, "Girl, you have ADHD." I'm like, "No, I don't." And she's like, "Yes, you do." And I'm listening to y'all in the back and I want to ask, like,
you might have it. Test it.
Oh my God, this is me. This is me.
Get tested.
We're very underdiagnosed as Black women. I'm telling you.
And she said I have self-inflicted ADHD, y'all. Mind y'all, my mom is has a mental health company. So her and Greg has a mental health company too. So they both told me. So I'm believing it.
Can they call in prescriptions?
Now, Claudia,
the interview. Just my interview.
Yes, we have people that can be seen. You can be seen, okay?
You can be seen.
You can be seen.
I want to circle back because what you were talking about with your dynamic with Wendy, and then now Wendy's dynamic more now that Giselle has let her in this season. I think that what I see it as is there's this archetype for housewives. Some housewives are playing housewives, and then some housewives are just naturally in that state. as in terms of what works for the show. So I have to ask about the Stacey dynamic, because Stacey, I think, Stacey has found her niche because Stacey is in on the joke. It seems as though she is very aware of what she's doing when she's doing it. And she's completely detached from it, which I think is it's a great way to do it. If you can keep up for, longevity, we don't know how long that'll last. But what is the foundational issue between you and Stacey?
You know what? It really is so funny at this point. It's been so much back and forth with Stacey. At this point, I don't even remember, but it's like, I think it was me laughing at her essentially at the reunion last season. And that just pissed Stacey off.
With the guy?
Yes, when I was like, oh my God, this is bullshit. And that just like utterly offended her. But what I think is so funny about this whole group is that everyone's super offended when Kay says anything to them. Like they're super offended. Like if you watch, they'll say the craziest shit to each other. And then everybody's like,
they do. They are rough. They are hard.
They will say the craziest shit to each other. But it's like, if Kay says it, it's war. It's on. We're never like her. We don't like her. And it's like,
why do you think that? And wait, before we move on, did her breath really stink, or were y'all just putting 10 on 20?
You know what? I actually, Stacey and I have not had that close of any kind of interactions for me to make that claim about Stacey. So I'm not gonna get into the Stacey of it all with the Stacey. I wasn't present for that. Me and Stacey,
because they made it like it was a thing. I was like, is it real, or is it people just ganging up on her?
I mean, the people said it. The people did not say it. I will say that. Multiple people did say it, but I will say that as for me and my personal experience, it didn't hit me, so I'm not going to speak on it.
So you didn't smell it?
It didn't hit me. No.
Okay.
I can't. What? I said it didn't. If it was hitting everybody else, it never hit me. But also, Stacey don't like me that much, so we got a little 6 feet going on, so it missed me.
Okay.
What's up with your man? What's up? What's going on with that?
What's up with that? Yes, honey, get to him. My man is great, y'all. Me and Greg are
like
great.
The condo. I like that you got some real estate now in your name now. I'm with that. I'm inspired.
You better come on with a birthday gift and close the deal, and God bless me. Yes, thank you. And it's so funny, y'all. They be talking about my condo like never mind. Anyway, it's a very
What are people saying about your condo?
You know what? People be so funny. They be like, the people be like, oh, because she lives in a condo, baby. I live fabulous, honey.
But what's wrong with a condo? I love a condo.
I live for a condo. I have valet services. I have a bellhop. I have the people who come up to me. I can't tell you the last time I've carried a grocery when I come over here, honey. I can't tell you the last time. Listen, if we want to call down there right now, they'll feed me. I don't know what these people are talking about, but
I love a condo and a high rise, and I love all that. Listen, I left my condo, my high rise. I was in an apartment, I ain't gonna lie, and I got a house. And now I gotta deal with bullshit like fixing my goddamn fence and mowing the grass and making sure the trash is outside. I miss someone else taking care of that.
You better choose your luxury. And I could say I have the best of both worlds. It's so funny. So me and Greg kind of got a little agreement that I do even any kind of podcast, housewife talk and all of that. I actually drive down here just to do this in this space. So I don't do anything I still keep the house the way it just feels. It's all family and loving.
Do you think, I know your mom was kind of pressing you a little bit about, she was kind of like, okay, that's cute condo, but she wants you to be engaged. Do you feel, do you want to get married to him? And do you think it's coming, or are you happy with how it is?
You know what? I do want to get married to Greg. I am happy how it is though. I think there's so much we done seen all these people, a lot of people crash and burn on TV and rushing their real lives for entertainment purposes. Greg and I do not live by that. I think that we are on our own timing, and I think that we're doing things that work for the both of us. I'm no walk in the park, honey. Greg's no walk in the park. And right now for us, it's really just genuinely about us being happy, finding all the things that make it work for Greg and Kay. And it's just, this is a new experience that I've taken on and added this to the relationship. And I'm just happy that we're in a space where he accepts that part, the TV, Kay as well, and all the things that comes with this. So we're just in a happy space. Do I think we're going to do the next things? Absolutely, Claudia. Time, date, stamp, I don't have that.
He does show up for filming for you.
Yeah, listen, because everybody's husband wasn't doing that. Well, everybody was asking where my husband was at. We hadn't even seen their men's, but as I said,
whose man didn't show up?
Girl, listen, we ain't seen a lot of men's, honey. Hold on, who had men's this season? Let me just count who had a man. Okay, so Tia Man was there. Y'all know Happy Eddie is always and he's happy. Y'all know, okay, who what the Bobby Massey, honey, he did not mess around. He was in the building. Then we had Greg. Okay, so how many other people on our show?
Who's missing?
We did
Erica,
see,
you know.
we did see Timu
You did?
at the swimming thing.
Timu don't seem like he want to be there on camera. I don't think he likes being on camera. I am just an outsider looking in, but he seemed like he's like, when
But I'm happy we
when
seen him
you-
at the
Negroes gonna be done with this film. I'm tired of this shit. Like, I want to go back to Germany.
That's the vibe I'm getting because it was giving very much. My husband won't be a part of this. Okay.
Erica is a very happily married woman. Erica, do you have any advice for the beautiful Keirna here?
Tell me.
I do like, and I what I was clocking when you were talking about your relationship with Greg is it was clear last season that he had discomfort with filming.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that he showed up this season spoke volumes to me. He's showing up in a way that he feels comfortable with, and it doesn't feel like there is a tension there. And if y'all are doing things on your own timeline and not expediting based on the filming, you are far ahead of a lot of people who have been in this position before. And I think that's what's most important, regardless of what other people think. So if y'all are happy and he's treating you well, then we are happy and we are loving that for you, period.
Thank you, Erica. And that's really what it is. Like, I need to be happy. Like, I know TV shows like a bunch of different sides of me. I am 100,000% a free spirit. I'm not one to contain. You can't make me one thing. I have to explore all of what everything looks like. And Greg has been married before. I've been engaged twice, so I always laugh when people like, you don't have a ring. Baby, I had 2 already. It's just let me get there.
They love saying that. You can't get a man. You can't get
get a man. You can't get because
what I do. It's great. Don't worry about that.
Okay, because some of y'all got a man, and I don't know if y'all happy, but here y'all are. But anywho, so yeah, that so it is what it is when it comes to me, and so yeah, Greg and I are great.
I have one last messy question. I know we gotta go.
Yes, get into the mess.
Who's your favorite and least favorite person? Doesn't mean you hate them, but like if you had to rank them from first to last, who's your favorite of co-star or person on the show? And least favorite doesn't mean you hate them, but like you're like, I don't,
Okay. I'm gonna definitely say, for obvious reasons, Angel is my favorite person. Just because I just, we in it together.
Yep.
Good, bad, indifferent, ugly. Like, girl, today's your day, tomorrow's my day. It's like we like 2 little sophomores, juniors, whatever, in college, just getting our ass whooped together. And we like, all right, well, we'll be back tomorrow then,
Right.
And so that's just what it is. To be honest, my least favorite person this season is Wendy. She's my least favorite person this season because, like I said, I just expected more from her, and I'm sure she could say the same, but literally my least favorite person this season.
When that scene with her by the water, did you see there was a seal behind you?
No, I didn't see
Go
it.
back. I commented on it. Like it was behind you, like it was like in the water like this. It was the water.
Like, yes, get to it. They was clapping. They was like, get to
It was.
it.
And I know we gotta let you go. One thing that people don't know about you that you like to tell us.
One thing that I like to, what I'm going to tell people, because I think this season is not showing the best of it. I think that I'm genuinely like a big girls girl. Like, I really do love the girls. And if you see, a lot of times, as much as I seem like a little bit crazy, I don't even go all the way to 10 because, like you were talking about, I still have that little bit of empathy in me where, like, y'all be trying to read me for filth. And I'd be like, girl, I would be so mean back to you that I don't even want to do it to you. And I think people forget, like, I have been in the beauty industry since I was 13 years old. So it's like when I look at women, there's not one that I don't see some of myself in, no matter where they are, what they have going on. You know what I mean? So the part of doing this that is a little bit difficult is that you do have to turn that part off and see people for how they're treating you back and not per se what you like to think of them. So yes, I'm 1,000%. I'm still a girl's girl, guys. I'm still rooting for the girls that root for me. And, it is what it is.
I love that. I love that. I think there's a very special, obviously, this platform is a highly coveted
Yeah.
platform. And so sometimes the feedback is coming from that space, like it is so
Yeah.
coveted.
Yeah.
However, I think that there's a few things that you said tonight that are very important because I just want to highlight the fact that you and Angel have had a relationship for 20 years at this point.
Yeah, 20 years.
And what we see, whether people have relationships going in or not, we see the dismantling of that relationship generally in the first season that true friends are on it
Mm.
because there's so much competition because of this spot. And the
Yeah.
fact that y'all have maintained a relationship and your relationship is healthy throughout speaks volumes to who you are individually and also who you are as friends. And I think that that's something that people should understand as well, because you can get into this lane and lose yourself.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think that this is something that people should at least acknowledge.
I agree. Thank you for that, Erica.
Well, you guys are definitely entertaining. I be telling, I'm like, they be making them work for that check over there.
Listen,
Y'all
honey, we
work hard.
earned it. Earned the money this season, okay? Earned it. All
There's
right.
no scene where y'all are just chilling, leaving each other alone. Every scene, someone come with a dagger. I'm like, God damn, like you can never like,
Duck.
keep your
And
guard
this
down.
season of Potomac should have been called Duck because you just never know. And I can't listen. I was doing some of the driving, so I can't talk, but definitely Duck, honey, because today could be your day. Duck for
You
sure.
definitely feisty and fiery. I'm glad to hear that you and Angel are protecting y'all's friendship because
Oh,
these
yeah.
shows can definitely, like Erica said, turn left. So thank you so much. You were
No,
really
thank you, ladies, for having me. I really appreciate you both. It's definitely full circle moment, and I can't wait to do it again soon.
Yes, yes. You take care.
great
You
to
too.
great to see you again.
See me again, Claudia.
I
Okay,
will. I'll
good.
be in
Good
DC. My brother,
night.
my family lives up there, so I'm gonna have to reach out to y'all out there.
Call me.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right,
Thank you
bye.
so much, Keiarna Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. She was a good interview. She was fun.
Yes.
Sorry, I was talking so much. I was so into this because I've been watching the season. Like this is the first season I really watched and been paying attention to every single episode, and I've been really into it this year. So
I was like, go off. I mean, you have the inside scoop. Like, I'm just curious as like a viewer. But you have the questions that a lot of other people can't ask. So I was just trying to stay out of your way, child.
I don't mean to do that sometimes, and I do ball hard.
Really? You really feel like you need to apologize to me?
Yeah,
Keep it
because like
moving.
sometimes people be like, "Yo, Claudia talking too much," you know what I mean? And
No.
I do sometimes because I be like, I have like childlike enthusiasm. I'm like, wait, but what about? And then later I'm like, damn, chill, like
Nope.
relax.
Nope. Not. You're not going to project offense onto me. I remain unoffended. Thank you.
Well, I can blame it on my medical condition that I have ADHD. So it's that. It's my deformity.
It's your superpower, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not gonna be able to get this Oprah story, but it will be on our Patreon. We're gonna talk about everyone's buzz about Oprah. The internet has been really going in about the rising trend of going no contact with your family. So guess what, y'all? We're gonna talk about Oprah Winfrey on Patreon because we that's something that's special.
Yeah.
Big Lady O. So yeah.
And our moderator, Anthony, he has be sure to subscribe to our new Patreon page. So make sure that you click on that link. It's just patreon.com/accidentally informed. A couple other ways you, the informers, can support us. Make sure that you're subscribed to YouTube, that you are following us on Instagram and on TikTok. Follow us on Patreon because we also have merch on Patreon. But another really great way, and I so appreciate, I'm going to forget the names. I had the name somewhere, but people have started to share by reposting our videos for Tuesday and Wednesday onto their account. That's so appreciated to let people in your circle know that we will be on here live. So if you've done that, we thank you. If you think to do it in the coming weeks, please help us out that way as well.
All right. Well, this is a fun show. Definitely.
It was.
And look how we did not plan this. Like we're both in the same color scheme, like colorful backgrounds, and like we're giving very cinnamon, pumpkin spice fall teas. Like yes.
This is what I was like. Oh, I'm not going to take my hair down because you know, when we get to the point where we got to put it up.
Yeah. Look, this means I had to get my hair done when I do this. And I keep doing this because it's like frizzy back here. Like it's like.
You look great. You look great, kid.
Likewise. Hey, fun times.
Yeah.
We'll see you same time, same bad place next week.
That's right.
Yes, next week I will. Yes. Okay. Yes. And this has been fun. Keirna Stewart, thank you so much for coming by and blessing our show. And make sure you tell a friend about our show. We'll see you next week.
Woohoo. Bye, Informers.
Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.